Hi, this is Ralph Zuranski, and I'm with Orrin Hudson, and I wanted to ask Orrin some questions about his special program that helps young people overcome trials and tribulations in their lives through chess. What is the name of your program, Orrin?
It's called Be Someone. And I came with the name Be Someone because Abraham Lincoln, his mother, her last words on the planet was Be Someone to Abraham Lincoln on her deathbed. And Abraham Lincoln had failed over 7 times running for public office, but Abraham Lincoln took those words all the way to the White House. All I'm doing now is putting those words back in the universe, encouraging our youth and let them know they can be anything they set their mind to be, that they can be someone.
Well, I know that you're using chess as a way of training kids to make good decisions in their life. How are you doing that?
Well, 300 years ago, Benjamin Franklin said that chess was a very powerful tool, and that there was a lot of life lessons to be learned and a lot of principles. If we apply the principles, children can use a successful life. So I do it by visual and hands-on. It's a hands-on training where children actually see with their own eyes how they live or die based on their decisions that they make. So my main focus is to teach children critical thinking skills and how to make good decisions, because we have found the greatest gift that we can give our children is the ability to make good decisions.
Well, you know, I saw you at the Entrepreneur Days seminar, and you went through and explained your program, and I loved the way that you had certain things that you said about how to make the chessmen move. What are some of those sayings? I mean, they really impressed me.
Which one? Like to move ahead, you got to think ahead, or you talking about how to make the rap with the 1-2 turn? Or?
Yeah, that one, the turn.
Yeah, well, teach them how to move the knight. The knight moves from a dark color square to a light color square, and it moves in an L shape. And the best way to remember things is to give people a formula. If I give you a formula, no matter what happens, you know how to move the piece. So it's 1-2 turn from dark to light, 1-2 turn in an L shape, 1-2 turn. I can do this. 1-2 turn. I can do it here. 1-2 turn. I can do it now.
That's great. I know the kids that were there at the Entrepreneur Day seminar really just ate it up. They were just so fascinated. And I know that you actually played some of them in chess. Did they win or did you?
Well, one of the things I try to do is I try to make sure I give them my best game. And I try to win every game because you learn more from losing than you do from winning. So it's noble on my part to try to win because I want them to grow. And the only way you can grow is by me giving them my best so that they can try to stop my best so that makes them stronger.
What do you mean about they learn more from losing than winning?
Make it okay to fail. Make it okay to lose. Make your move before you're ready. You're not going to see everything. You can't sit there all day pondering your move. Sometimes you just got to make a move, make a mistake, and learn from it. You know, just make your move before you're ready, and if it's wrong, you learn what was wrong, what worked, what not worked. So, and I say losing is nothing wrong with losing because you learn. The purpose of chess and what I teach is to learn from the decisions that you make. Period. And learn from the decisions other people make. So you want to learn from not only your decisions, you want to learn from other people's decisions. That cuts your learning curve. If you can learn what other people done wrong and make adjustments, then your learning curve has been shortened.
You know, it's interesting because I've talked to a lot of the leaders in internet marketing, and they say that virtually they fail 9 times before they succeed 1 time. And that the more you fail, the faster you become a success. What do you think about that?
Right. If you want to be successful, double your failure rate. The more times you fail and learn from those failures, the more successful you are. I agree with them. And that's how I succeed, because I fail a lot. There's nothing wrong with failing as long as you learn. And one of the things I say about failure is a gold mine. The more you fail and the more you learn from your failure, the more successful you are. If you want to be successful, then double your failure rate.
Well, you know, my program is about In Search of Heroes and finding the heroes in each community and helping kids find their own hero within, that they have heroic capabilities. What is your definition of heroism?
Well, I think you hit it on the head. I think that, each of us has within us the ability to do some incredible things. And the purpose of our life is to discover it. We all have the tools and talents that's necessary to get the job done, and that's what we just have to find creative ways on how we can use our resources so that it serves us all. See, we all have the same amount of resources. It's all in how you use your resources that would determine your destiny. When you play in chess, we both have, he has 16, I have 16, but it's how we use them. Some people have resources they're not even using. So I looked down the chessboard of my own life and realized that I wasn't using resources that I had right here at my disposal. And that's what chess is about. People play all the time, and they're not using all their resources. So the key to success in any field is to use all your resources.
You know, when I was a kid, I had a horrible self-image. I had a big nose, big ears, horn-rimmed glasses. I felt terrible. I was suicidal all the time, and the only thing that really saved me was creating a secret hero in my own mind that helped me deal with life difficulties. Did you have a secret hero that you created? Because I know you had a pretty tough life also.
Yeah, and I really did. I really did create a hero, and my hero was James Bond. I'm 007. I used that formula because it got me out of a lot of tight spots. James Bond, always find a way, and that's me. I always find a way. I keep looking until I find a way. I have a formula that I use, and it's called I will persist until I succeed. And I got that from James Bond. He never gives up.
You know, what are the qualities and attributes that you admired the most in James Bond?
Just never give up, always found a way, always had a backup plan, never assumed, just checked out everything, he verified everything, he checked it out. You know, he played chess in one of the games, so, you know, he just, everything he did, he succeeded. And if he failed, he kept trying until he succeeded. So it's not over until he wins.
You know, what is your perspective on goodness, ethics, and moral behavior?
I think goodness, ethics, and moral behavior are critical because the most important word on the planet is integrity. Integrity means honoring your word, and what you say, you honor your word, and whatever comes out of your mouth is what you do, and keeping your promises and your commitments. I think it's critical because I think now if you look at the news, you look at the breakdown in society, the Enrons, the WorldCom, you'll see that there's a breakdown, Health South, you'll see there's a breakdown in integrity. You know, treating people with integrity and respect and just keeping your word, and whatever you say you're going to do it. I think that's critical. I think you cannot make it in this world unless you have those qualities.
You know, that's absolutely true. And I know that for a while you were a police officer, and you're in the line of fire a lot of times. And what principles were you willing to sacrifice your life for?
Well, helping mankind. I'm here to make the world better. I'm here to serve others. You know, when I was a state trooper, we had a motto, and it was to serve and protect, and that's what it was all about. I was also in the Air Force, you know, fighting for my country. So I know what it's about to put others first and to be a servant, because that's what it's all about. We're here for one reason, and that's to serve other people.
You know, everybody has ups and downs in their lives. What was the lowest point in your life, and how did you change your life path to win a victory over the obstacles that you were facing?
Wow, that's a good one. I think probably the lowest point in my life is when I divorced my first wife, and I lost everything I had I walked away from everything I had because I discovered that peace and happiness was more important than money. So I walked away from a lot of money and a house and 2 brand new cars to be happy with my life. So I walked away from everything. I think that was a tough point in my life, and if I had to do it over again, I'd do the same thing, but it just, at that point, it was a pretty tough point in my life.
You know, it's important to have a dream or a vision for your life. What is your dream or vision that sets the course of your life?
Well, my vision right now is to inspire 1 million people and teach them how to inspire 10 people each. So that's my vision right now, is just to inspire 1 million people to reach out and help 10 more, each person help 10 more people. So my goal is to help people help themselves, and that's my vision, to reach out and make a difference on the planet. You know, Horace Mann wrote that you should be ashamed to die unless you have done something for humankind. So I'm committed to making sure I make my mark, you know, use my life as an experiment to help others and make the world a better place.
After talking with you at Entrepreneur Days and also at the big seminar, I know that you've been through a lot of setbacks, misfortunes, and mistakes. How important is it to take a positive attitude of the difficulties that you have in your own life?
Well, I think it's very critical. I think attitude is everything. I got a book coming out called Concentration is Everything, but I think attitude is everything. And if, you know, see, the same thing can happen to two people, and one gets rich and the other one stays poor. It's all about attitude. So I think attitude is like probably the number one thing on the planet. I was talking to one of my mentors. His name is Bob Mowat, and he was saying that the most important thing was attitude. It was more important than skill. The companies now focusing on hiring attitudes. If you hire people with attitude, you can develop the skill.
You know, that's true. You know, how important is it to be an optimist?
Oh, it's critical, because if you're a pessimist, you'll give up, you'll quit, you'll see the glass as half empty. But if you're optimist, it will open doors and it'll allow you to see the possibility. You never know what you can do until you try. And if you're optimistic, then that gives you the confidence and attitude to continue and persevere.
You know, I know it was hard for you to shift into the area of trying to help young people through chess. I know it took a lot of courage to pursue new ideas. What advice would you have for kids to basically have the courage to pursue the ideas of achieving their dreams?
Well, make your move before you're ready. Don't wait until everything is good to go. You just got to start. You don't have to be great to start, but you got to start to be great. So just make your move before you're ready, and just step out on faith, and the universe will come to your aid. When you take a step on faith, the universe just come to your aid, but it's not going to make you move. It's not going to move until you move. So make your move whether you're ready or not, and the universe will respond.
You've tried to help a lot of young people with learning how to play chess and make the right decisions, and I know that was difficult for you. I know you took a big hit financially just to go ahead and shift your life over to helping others. How important is it for people to realize that they're going to experience discomfort in the process of achieving their dreams?
Well, it's going to be pain. No pain, no gain. And that's critical. You have to, you know, the lumps, the pain, the adversity, the stumbling blocks, the disappointments are part of growth. And that's how you grow. You cannot grow unless you go through some pain, some I call them labor pains. Now, I'm short on experience, but I'm sure ladies will tell you that it's tough, but that's how you grow. The only way you can get to the next level is to go through some pain. So welcome pain, embrace it, learn from it, and grow.
You've got some huge dreams about making a difference in how many people? 1 million people's lives, with each of those people helping 10 people. So that's 10 million people. How important is it to believe in your dreams, that they'll become true?
Well, I think you have to believe in your dreams. Otherwise, you'll believe in someone else's dream. So you have to go for it. You have to take risks. You have to be willing to put yourself on the line. Put all your eggs in one basket and watch that basket.
Everybody experiences doubts and fears in their lives. I know I do on a daily basis. Fears of failure, fears of finance, fears of rejection. How do you overcome your doubts and fears?
Well, I have a saying that I'm rejection proof. So when people reject me, I deal with it that way. But my doubts is that I just have faith. I have a lot of faith in God and the universe, and I know that God is is all power, and that's where my strength comes from. So that really helps me. Once you know where your really strength comes from, then it's okay to it helps you with your doubt. And when you can't understand something, you know, I just believe in God, and miracles just take care of itself.
When we look at leaders in our society today, like the movie stars, the sports stars, the rock stars, and some people even believe that politicians are sort of, you know, upstanding individuals in their own right. It seems that they're so petty that they're not able to forgive those people that upset them or offend them or oppose you. How much important do you feel that it is to just forgive others that are just opposing you?
Well, I think, you know, Abraham Lincoln taught us that you should forgive people. One of the things I admire about Abraham Lincoln is that he hired some of his enemies to be on his team. And they said, well, look, Abe, you can't hire these people. We caught these people in the act talking about you. And he said, good, that's why I want them on my team. And see, what he did when he did that, he just took the forgiveness thing to another level. And that's what it's all about. You got to forgive people. You have to forgive. You know, in the book of life, it said if you don't forgive, then God is not going to forgive you. So it's just common sense to forgive, because everyone makes mistakes. No one's perfect.
What do you think of that saying that it says, hold your friends close, but hold your enemies closer?
That's my first time hearing that. I think it's dead on. Because, you know, just love everybody. Love your enemies. The good book of life says, love your enemies. Do good to your enemies. Pray for your enemies. Yeah. So it's all good. I love my enemies.
Yeah, that's the only way you can turn evil to good. At least that's what God says. You're really a servant in the community. I know that you're really trying to help other people, especially the kids. Do you find that service to others is a source of joy for you?
Oh, yeah. It's so rewarding. It's like getting a blank check on the future when you're helping someone else.
What power does prayer have in your life?
Prayer is very important. You know, I ask God to lead, guide, and direct my steps. Because the prayers of a righteous person, you know, it's just good to ask God for guidance and know where your source comes from, and know who wakes you up, know who makes things possible. I had a tremendous day at the big seminar, and it was all God.
Yeah.
It was all God. I mean, if you can see the miracles that happen in the room, Ralph, it's just all God.
Well, I know Armin Marin and Alex Mandosian and Joe Polish, and who was the other person that matched the donations to help your program?
Well, I tell you, Armin, Tony Reno, Alex Mandosian, Rick
Raditz?
Rick Radix, Alex, Joe Polish, Armin, who else did I miss anyone?
There's one other guy you told me about.
Tony Reno?
Yeah, Tony Reno. Yeah, it was amazing, wasn't it, when you went up there and they offered to help give $1 just to get Joe Polish's his postcard, I think it was, that tells you to call a specific number to help you in your marketing, and he said that they would match it, and then all the leaders in internet marketing just stood up and said that they would match the donations also. How much money did you actually have donated to your program?
Well, I really don't know at the moment, but I mean, I was told that that we raised $3,400, and I think they cut it off at 3. I think 3 is what the going number was. So I think 3 people are going to match that 3,000, but I don't really know just yet, because the number I hadn't heard from everybody. But I think the bottom line, that's what it's going to amount to.
Boy, that's really great. It's important to have a sense of humor in the face of serious difficulties, isn't it?
Oh yeah, you got to learn how to turn frustration into fascination, and just learn to laugh.
Who are the heroes in your life?
I think the heroes in my life are people like Martin Luther King, Jesus. I just admire Abraham Lincoln for some of the things he stood for. And I would say Jesus, just the main hero of my life.
Yeah. How did they make a positive difference in your life?
Just led by example.
What example did they give you?
Give others, help others, love your love your enemies, go the extra mile, just be of service. The greatest among you shall be the servant of them all. I guess that's the most important thing. Just being of value, serving mankind.
Who do you feel are the real heroes in our society today that aren't getting the recognition that they deserve?
Well, it didn't matter, because in the end, God sees everything. So that's, you can't satisfy man. Man is not capable of delivering. So whether someone on this earth recognizes you, it matters not. It's God sees all. So you'll get yours. Whatever you plant, you're going to get. So it's all good.
So it's reap what you sow?
Yes, sir.
Why are heroes so important in the lives of young people?
Well, I think young people need role models. They need something to go on. They need some guidance. They need a yardstick. They need something to measure their life based on. They need some examples. Children don't want to do what you say. They want to do what you do. So it's always good to lead by example. Number one rule, lead by example.
I've been on the internet circuit for about 3 years taking photographs of all the different leaders and speakers and attendees, and you're a very special person that I recognize as an internet hero. How does that feel to be recognized as a hero?
Well, I honor you for that. I thank you for that. I don't deserve it because there's so much more that I can do, but I thank God for my life. It's so rewarding to me, helping kids, and I do it because I see the value. I'm working on the next generation, and to me, there's nothing more important on the planet than to do this. I just feel compelled to reach out and help someone.
I really think that's a good attitude to have. And do you have any good solutions for the problems that are facing society these days, especially racism, child and spousal abuse, and violence among young people?
Well, I think racism, we just got to learn to face and love everyone. One of the things I did when I was a state trooper is that I treated everybody as fair as I could. And I'm sure I probably stopped someone that was white who was probably prejudiced. But after I stopped them and talked to them, they probably say, you know what, hey, I don't think I'm going to be prejudiced anymore. Because they saw that I was fair to them. So they probably saw, wow, that guy could have messed me up and he didn't. Wow, it's not bad. I probably need to, I'm sure I probably changed some people's mind because they see that it didn't matter to me, that I may work with you no matter what color you are or whatever, that we all are important. So I treated everybody I stopped like they were important. And I think people pick up on that and people learn by example.
If you had 3 wishes for your life in the world that would instantly come true, what would they be?
More wisdom. Ask God to lead, guide, and direct my steps. And more wisdom be number one. More wisdom, more wisdom, more wisdom. Just wisdom. Wisdom and understanding.
Well, I know you're doing a great work, especially in the communities that need so much help. I know in the communities that you go to, a lot of the fathers and father figures, a lot of them are in jail. And I know you're doing very good work in helping kids just to accept responsibility for their lives. What are the different websites you have where people can come and donate money to what you're doing?
Well, I only have one website that they can do that, and that's besomeone.org. And I need their support because we're trying to, me and my wife, we sunk our life savings into this program to reach out and help kids be someone, because I felt like if I had 6 months to live, that would be what I would, make sure I get done. I want to at least leave a legacy where I did all I could in my power to prevent crime. But I started my program, Ralph, because 7 people were shot, 7 employees were shot, execution style, in the head for $2,000 on a robbery. And when I saw that, I was devastated. I could not believe no one would go through that much trouble to kill 7 people for $2,000. So I started my program based on that incident that happened. So I'm compelled to prevent crime and to teach children some strategy, because I discovered when I was a state trooper, putting people in jail is not the answer. That's putting a Band-Aid on a problem. And I discovered that when you put a person in jail behind bars, that's a school for crime. Putting people in jail is a school for crime. It's not. So my goal is to convert cell blocks into classrooms, because there's more people locked up than there are in college, and I'm trying to do all I can to convert that.
You know, I think that's really a noteworthy thing to do, because there's so many people that just don't know what to do with their lives, and I think that just teaching them how to make good decisions through chess, which is a game of life, it really gives them a strategy on what to do when they have to make difficult decisions.
Exactly.
Well, Orrin, I really appreciate the opportunity to talk with you, and I just know you're doing really good work. And you know, of all the people I've met on the internet circuit over the last 3 years, I think you alone are really making a big difference in your community and just helping kids in a way that nobody else can. And not to toot your own horn, but you're quite a chess master, aren't you?
I'm still learning. I've actually played a guy from Egypt tonight on the internet, and it's amazing how I sacrificed my queen and I end up winning the game. It's amazing. But I was like, wow, I cannot believe it. But you play somebody from Egypt and he's rated, master level, and you win this game, and it's amazing. But I'm really not rated that high. I have my moments where I beat this international Russian guy, but I just beat this other guy from Egypt. But I have my moments, but I'm really not that good of a chess player. I just thank God that sometimes I have my moments.
Well, I think you're doing good work, and I just want to encourage you to carry on and just hope that people will actually contribute to your program. And what is your website one more time?
It's www.besomeone.org, www.besomeone.org. You can be a part of changing the world one move at a time.
Orrin, that is so profound. Well, again, thank you very much for doing this interview with us, and I just want to say you are one of the heroes that I have met on the internet.
I appreciate it.
Okay, well, have a good night.
Thank you.